5 News at Noon starts now.
Now at noon, President Trump defends Robert F. Kennedy Jr. after a combative hearing on Capitol Hill. We have the reactions and takeaways from Kennedy's testimony. Plus, it's Football Friday night. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi is at the game of the week between Boonville and Ozark. Thank you for joining us for your 5 News at Noon. I'm Emily Moss, joined by Joshua Weisel with the forecast. It's a little bit of a wet one to start our weekend today.
Yeah, we got those rain chances today, continues into tonight. Maybe not that bad of a weekend, but we just got to get through more of this rain. We need it, but it's just one of those things not pleasant to get out the door with so far today. Let's take a look at that radar just to show you where exactly that rain is that I'm talking about. Notice off and on at times, it's really not all that heavy, but there have been a couple of moderate areas of rainfall moving through both northwest Arkansas and parts of the River Valley. That's those areas in those darker yellows into those lighter oranges. So just a little bit of some moderate rainfall at times. Not everyone's seeing the activity, but you may want an umbrella just in case throughout the remainder of today, just because same old, just a chance for some rain. Now, we do have lots of clouds off in the distance, maybe some breaks in sunshine. That's a little bit off. It's not fully sunny in Fayetteville right now, 71 degrees. This is more like it, 77 in Fort Smith, of course, with those rain showers across parts of the area. So you can see it's a little bit gloomy across the area today with those clouds and that rain. Temperatures feel comfortable, though, just because of that activity. So as you can see, anywhere between the 70s and the 80s. That's a look at your forecast. We'll have the full details coming up.
Thanks, Joshua. Well, today, Jason Lawson will be sentenced for the murder of his roommate. A jury returning that guilty verdict just less than 24 hours ago. Lawson was convicted of killing 33-year-old Benjamin Martin. He was also accused of pouring gasoline on Martin and tampering with evidence. The judge decided to keep the first-degree murder charge after the defense tried to argue Lawson did not show prior intent. Arkansas State Police are investigating the death of Christopher Burns, a man they say died inside of a Fort Smith police car. Burns was in custody for allegedly driving a stolen vehicle and causing a disturbance at a local church on 62nd Street. Officers say when they got to Burns, he was unconscious. Doctors pronounced him dead at the hospital. Fort Smith Police Chief Danny Baker released a statement on the incident, calling the loss a tragedy and pledging accountability. Baker says once the state police investigation is complete, it'll be turned over to the county prosecutor's office. This weekend, the Prairie Grove community will honor the victims of the Devil's Den murders. The city will hold a fundraiser tomorrow for the family of Clinton and Kristen Brink. The event will feature food, live music, and an auction at Prairie Grove High School. All proceeds will go to the Brink family. The fundraiser begins at 4 o'clock. Clinton and Kristen Brink were stabbed while hiking with their 2 young daughters on July 26th. A suspect, Andrew McGann, is facing murder charges in the case. The Naturals are preparing for their final weekend at home, and tonight they're choosing it to spend it giving back. It's been 2 months since the deadly flooding in Kerr County, Texas. A lot lost everything, including their community baseball fields. The Texas League, which includes the Naturals, are hosting fundraisers to restore those fields. Fans can bid on Hill Country jerseys online and in person, and that money will go directly towards rebuilding the Ingram Little League field. General Manager Justin Cole says they feel like they need to do all they can do to help.
Specific to the Naturals, us being a member of this league, a long-standing member of this league, and knowing how it's impacted some of our partner communities, you know, I think we felt when the opportunity was there and all the other teams are able to join in, it made a lot of sense, and hopefully, you know, we're just playing a small part, but hopefully a meaningful small part in some of the recovery that they're going with down there.
The Naturals will be wearing the jerseys tonight, which will be sold after tonight's game. Then the league will pool all the money together before beginning the process of rebuilding the field. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has signed a new law today to help prevent future tragedies like the deadly Kerr County floods, known as Heaven's 27 Camp Safety Act, in honor of the 27 people who died at Camp Mystic. The bill aims to address gaps in disaster preparedness by improving camp safety and streamlining the emergency response. Camps must also now have emergency rooftop ladders in every cabin in a 100-year floodplain. Excitement is high for this weekend's showdown between Arkansas and Arkansas State, but it could also be the last time the Razorbacks ever play at War Memorial Stadium. The team's contract to play in Little Rock expires this year. Former War Memorial Stadium Commission member Shane Broadway says conversations for the future of the stadium have been ongoing for years. He says other new ideas will have to now fill it.
My hope is that leadership and everyone involved will continue to have discussions and figure out what is the future for the stadium and find a way to keep using it.
Broadway believes that high school football championships and the Little Rock Rangers will likely stay in the stadium. There's also a potential for concerts and other college football teams to play in Little Rock as well. High school football teams will be in action around our area this weekend. Tonight, Boonville will take the field at Ozark for a big matchup. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi has a preview of that Friday night game of the week.
It's rivalry week, and none may be richer and more historic than that of the Ozark Hillbillies and the Boonville Bearcats. Since 1924, these two teams have been going at it, and they'll do so again tonight. Boonville has won the last 5 matchups against Ozark, including a 31-14 win last year. But the Ozark Hillbillies have some renewed energy. This season, for the first time in 14 years, the Ozark Hillbillies will take the field by a new head coach, Josh Watson. He says his boys need to match Boonville's intensity if they hope to break the losing streak tonight.
It's a great experience, and the kids, you know, they're lucky to get to experience that. It doesn't happen everywhere. Where you start the season with 3 rivalries, especially one like the Boonville-Ozark rivalry, and you know, they're excited about it, the community is excited about it, and I think it's going to be a great atmosphere for sure.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to title contenders in the River Valley, though, one of the first teams that comes to mind is the Boonville Bearcats. The Bearcats always seem to be in contention. 2023, they were able to bring home the 3A state title. Last year, they seemed primed to repeat, but their campaign came to a disappointing end with an exit in the quarterfinals. The Bearcats are possibly more determined and experienced now more than ever. They have 18 returning seniors, most of whom are 2- or 3-year starters. Their offense is built to run the ball. They return with 3 fullbacks from last season. Coach Doc Crowley had this to say about tonight's rivalry.
Can definitely feel the buzz and the atmosphere, you know, around town and stuff, and the kids realize that it's an important week, it's a fun week, and just trying to, you know, make them take every day and enjoy it, and not get ahead of ourselves. So it's going to be fun, you know, two good football teams going at it, and ought to be a fun Friday night.
Kickoff is at 7 p.m. right here at Hillbilly Stadium. If you're in the area, come on down. It's bound to be a good one. In Ozark, covering news where you live, Jacob Luthi, 5 News.
Well, President Trump has praised his Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. after Thursday's contentious Senate hearing. It comes as a growing number of Democrats and multiple medical groups have called for his resignation following changes to the CDC and new vaccine policies. Natalie Brand has more.
He's got a different take, and we want to listen to all of those takes.
President Trump acknowledged he didn't watch Thursday's combative hearing, but defended his Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
If you look at what's going on in the world with health, and look at this country also with regard to health, I like the fact that he's different.
During the 3-hour Senate hearing, Secretary Kennedy clashed with lawmakers from both sides of the aisle.
You're just making things up. You're making things up to scare people, and it's a lie.
With respect, I do not think I'm the one making things up.
2 Republicans on the committee, who are also doctors, detailed their concerns about changes to vaccine policy.
I would say effectively we're denying people vaccine.
Senator Cantwell.
You're wrong.
There are real concerns that safe, proven vaccines like measles, like hepatitis B and others could be in jeopardy.
A number of lawmakers on the committee left dissatisfied with Secretary Kennedy's answers.
He keeps trying to conflate the issue of saying, let's not do vaccines because we have a chronic health issue. Well, let's go deal with chronic health, and let's go deal with this as well. But why throw out 100 years, a century of history that shows that vaccines have been effective?
The White House and Secretary Kennedy have also defended the decision to fire CDC Director Susan Monteras, and Kennedy denied her account of why she was ousted.
Did you, in fact, do what Director Monteras said you did, which is tell her to just go along with vaccine recommendations, even if she didn't think such recommendations aligned with scientific evidence. That is
No, I did not.
Attorneys for Montaraz said she stands by what she said and would repeat it all under oath. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
The Department of Justice is suing the utility company Southern California Edison. The DOJ alleges that the company's negligence caused the deadly Eden fire. It burned for nearly a month earlier this year, destroying more than 9,000 buildings. In a statement, Edison notes the cause of the fire is still under investigation, but say that they will keep working to reduce the likelihood of its equipment starting a fire. It comes as hundreds of firefighters are battling an inferno caused by thousands of lightning strikes in parts of California just this week.